Hey, 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 you know who it is, your friendly neighborhood therapist coming through on this Saturday morning or whenever you see this video. I don't know. Guess what I want to talk about y'all today? Guess what? I did it. Hmm. I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it. Did what? I know you want to be low-key nosy just like me. I know. I'm excited. So, yesterday, I submitted my letter of resignation to my full-time job. Now, let me give you a little backstory about my job. Okay. Now, I have a fairly good job. I work for a state organization, a government facility, and it's like nine and a half years, something like that. It'll be 10 years when I resign. I put in my resignation for May 6, 2021. And great job, great benefits, but can I tell you something? It's time for me to fully fulfill what I believe God has called me to do. Can I say that again? It's time for me to fully fulfill what God has called me to do. Now, I ain't telling you to go on out there and quit your job. I'm not saying that. Don't be saying, my therapist told me to quit my job. No, your therapist ain't telling you that. What I am saying is that I was ready to go a long time ago. My season has been up a long time ago. However, I would never allow myself to go ahead and do what I needed to do because of fear. Am I talking to somebody? Come on. Am I talking to somebody? I wouldn't allow myself to do it because I feared on the other side of it, right? Being a full-time entrepreneur, right? Author, speaker, trainer. I got to get my own insurance, my own retirement plan, all of that stuff. But the reality is this for me, okay? I've been to the bottom. I know what it is to live with roaches and rats in inhabitable conditions like that you wouldn't want for anyone. I know what it is to live in poverty. I know what it is to live in environments where you hear gunshots every day. I mean, growing up in the projects, like, yeah, I get it. But see, what I do know is I don't want no more of that. And the other part to that is this pandemic really kind of helped to seal the deal for me that it was time, because I realized that, your job can let you go at any time. Hello, somebody. I like having multiple streams of income. I say I got two right now, but I'm about to have multiple. Okay, somebody? I'm about to have multiple, because it's crazy out here in these streets. If something happened and you ain't got no money. And the reality is, God has called me to do great things. For those of you that don't know, I work with this population, right? That I love. I absolutely love. But I also feel like my hands are tied, and my gifts, right? My natural gifts that I would love to use, I'm not able to use in that capacity. So it's time to go. It's time to go. Now, some people say, were you scared? Yes. Yes, I was scared. But I did it anyway. The fear of me staying is greater than the fear of me leaving and what it's going to be like on the other side. I'm going to say that again. The fear of me staying there, staying stagnant, not seeing what I could do to my fullest potential, that fear was greater than the fear of what it's going to be like on the other side. Oh, but what if I fail? But what if you succeed? I have to give myself the chance. Is it a risk? Sure. We take risks every single day. Let's just be 100% about that. We take risks every day. Why not take the risk with my future, right? Why not take the risk that, I can be very successful out there if I give myself the chance and put in the work. And that's the other thing, the work. Because it ain't like I just, put in my resignation and, I'm good. No. It's time to work, even more so. For those of you that don't know, I'm a therapist in my own private practice. I'm part-time right now. So I'm an author, I'm a speaker, but I got to get things in order. You know what I'm saying? Like, now the rubber has hit the road. And I think it was Will Smith that said, or was it David Goggins? I'm not sure. But talking about, I think Marines have a saying of burning the boat. Like, once you get to the other side, you burn that boat, you ain't coming back, right? So me sitting there looking at the screen like, before I pressed send on the email, I knew I was burning the boat. I knew I was burning the boat, and there's no turning back. I feel so good. And a relative asked me, "Are you scared?" I said, "Yes, I am." Yes. Somebody else said her experience. She said, I'm terrified. But she put in her resignation anyway. And I appreciate what my job gives me and what it gave me all this time. Lord knows I do. But I also know when things happen at businesses, it ain't personal. You know what I'm saying? Because if they say you got to go, you just got to go. Okay? And it's not about, oh, you're the best worker. No, you got to go. We're closing. And I had that experience with my husband. He worked at a job almost 30 years. We've been together for 29. Yeah. And he was working there before we met. They gave him 3 days notice. And said, we're closing. 3 days notice. No severance. My husband is 52. Okay? He worked there all his life. My husband does not have higher education. They let him go. 3 days. After he gave 29 years of loyalty to an organization. Once again, I'm not saying to you to go quit your job and put in your resignation, but what I am saying, I'm hoping that I am encouraging others out there. Like, many of us have gifts and talents that we can benefit from in the sense of having another stream of income, and we can solve problems in the community. There's many of us that have a certain skill set that we can solve some problems out there, but we can't do it if our time is tied up. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be submitting more videos to YouTube, because guess what? A sister got to monetize her channel, and I need y'all to subscribe too. I ain't got there yet, but I'm gonna have it with them little boop, little subscribe, little buttons gonna be up and through there, but I'm getting my face out there because guess what? I know it's time. I want people to know what I can do, the populations that I serve and who I can help, because at the end of the day, I'm a healer. My practice is called A Journey to Wholeness, LLC. My goal as a therapist, social worker, addiction professional, specialist, speaker, healer, is to help people go on their journey, to walk on their journey to wholeness. And I'm walking with them. You get me? I'm walking with them. And it gets to a point where they don't need me anymore. And that's so amazing to have a client that I see where they started and then they progressed and they don't need me. And now they just kind of check in and let me know how things are going. But yes, I just wanted to stop in real quick and tell you that. If you're interested, you can find my book, Normal Dysfunction, on Amazon.com. It's a story about my traumatic upbringing, my story of self-hate, and the trauma and abuse that I went through and how I overcame it. It is definitely a little bitty book. It's a little bitty book, and you can finish it probably getting your hair did. Okay? I think that's it, but I just had to jump in real quick to see y'all and just say what's up, and I did it. Faith without works is dead. Y'all have an amazing Saturday.